Ground Zero.
Yeah. We here. We live.
We're here live.
Underground.
I think we on the 6th floor or something.
Really.
I don't know. But hey, so we heard y'all comments last week. Well, I did. I don't know if you heard it. We got fucking mics, alright?
Mics. Niggas was talking.
Yeah, niggas was talking like hella shit about the audio. Like I understand, bro. I understand that that was the first one. All right.
Yeah, I gotta let us breathe, yo.
Every episode, we gonna progress.
You gonna see the quality improve.
Relax.
So slightly.
Like, come on. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have the big Benz on the fucking. You feel me? Like, yo,
not
give
the
me a second.
The Benz.
You gotta give me. You gotta let us ease into this, bro. Like. This is new. I don't be on camera. I'm holding the camera.
Yeah, cut us some slack.
So,
we'll do better.
Yeah. So, welcome to Ground Zero. It's fall.
It is. It's that time. This is my favorite season, by the way.
That's why I got this hoodie on right now. It's hoodie season right now. It's getting spooky.
He really feeling it.
Okay.
I gotta hop back on it. I'm super like excited for the fall. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm not really too excited for the weather only because I feel like climate change is like tweaking. I feel like it's gonna be hot as hell.
I don't think it's gonna be hot. I think it's gonna be extreme temperatures. We're just gonna get the extreme of whatever season.
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like fall is that sweet spot. You feel me? Winter will be nuts, but fall, it'll probably. I feel like it might be a cooler fall. Rather than like
it was tight breezy today.
Yeah.
But you see how like the transition from like last week was like it was hot as fuck. But then this week it was like
it was super drastic. Yeah. Super drastic.
And it just became fall. What was today? Today is the
24th.
So 3 days ago?
Yeah. And yesterday it was raining crazy too. Sun. I mean,
reminds me. You seen that car accident on 280?
Nah, I didn't see. I meant to ask you if you saw it. Like, what kind of car?
Nah, like,
was it flipped like head top type?
When I tell you, all right. So I'm driving on 280, going to West Orange.
Yeah.
So like,
okay. So was it on the oncoming for you? Like coming
on
back
the other side? Yeah. On the, like
okay,
going.
Okay.
What is that? East?
Yeah, it's east.
All right. So east. Yeah. So I'm driving up, and I'm wondering why the fuck is traffic at. Cause I went up there at like 3:30. I'm like, yo, why is there traffic right now?
3:30. Okay.
And then,
dang, that early?
Yeah, it had to happen like 2 to 3.
That's crazy. That mean that traffic lasted a while, bro. Cause I got off 5.
Oh no, it was bad. It was bad. I could
imagine. Cause you said it was in the middle of the freaking.
Basically in the middle of 280. Cause like, it was at exit 8. So I'm driving up, and I'm wondering why there's traffic on this side. And then I realized, because you know, was it rubbernecking? So you know when you can see, like, there's a curve in 280.
Yeah. And you talking about the slight curve at the top of the hill?
Yeah. I see people darting off. I'm like, nah, what's going on?
What you mean darting off? Like,
so
like out of their cars?
Nah, like,
oh.
People will be like driving like this.
Okay. And then they
stop right here and then
dip
immediately
off.
Like,
okay. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I look to my left a little bit. I see one car on the shoulder. It's messed up, whatever. Cool. Regular accident. I look up a little bit more. It's a car on the side like this.
That's so wild, bro. That's so like, to me, that's like a game, bro.
Yeah.
You see a car sideways, that's some GTA like glitch type shit.
The worst part about it is I don't think anybody got injured. I hope so.
You said the worst part?
No, but like like if you would have seen, because like I guess the fire people, they put like sticks to hold it
hold the car up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was weird.
Why would they?
I guess it didn't like flip. I think it just like.
Okay, I get it.
I'm imagining like whoever was driving, like they were driving and then they like did like a James Bond type thing, but like it didn't go all the way on the back. It didn't flip
all the way over.
It was just like,
Okay. That's why I was wondering if it was okay, but it was on side. It wasn't like on head top. Like
nah. Where it was on Lennox, right?
What you saw?
The car that was just flipped over. Like in the middle
randomly?
of the street. Yeah, just
First of all, that's super random to just be like on a local street.
Nah, it was just
upside down.
And you know how Lennox is. So it's like,
how you even managed to do that? You must have been macking up, like drifting in that bit. That's a lot.
I was thinking about like he might have hit a fire hydrant or something, but like nah, there was nothing there that made sense.
You know what it was? He was on drugs. He was definitely on drugs. That's probably why.
Yeah, I think drugs. I think we're back in the 80s. You think?
I don't. But what is it? What is like that hot drug? Because
Zaza.
I guess. I mean, you don't know what they putting in that John nowadays, for real. But I guess to some degree we are back in the 80s because psychs are definitely coming back too. Like psychedelics, they're definitely gaining more traction again. Like I feel like there was a point where it died off, and like within the last like year or two, it started getting hot again.
Yeah, you're not wrong because I remember being in high school, hearing people on LSD. I'm like, yo, you're crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
like that. Like I remember in high school, like those days, like hearing about LSD and shit like that. It was like, yo, it was like just a different level of drugs that you just stayed away from. It was like mythical almost. Is what I'm trying to say. So it was like, yeah, wasn't trying to do no LSD. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, but I think everybody's high, everybody's drunk.
Yeah.
It's very political.
I agree.
Right now. Like the political warfare is like going crazy right now.
In what regard? Like
just politics.
Just politics
like,
in general.
If you look at the 80s, like I'm trying to think. Just how like everybody was just is it the 70s or 80s? 70s is psychedelics, and I think 80s is when crack hit. Okay. So yeah, so okay. 70s, my bad.
Cause I don't remember too much.
So like it was like I'm trying to remember. Everybody was just free having sex, and then like psychedelics was crazy. Weed was like super crazy, and like
it would have been crazy to turn 18 back in them days.
Word.
Could you imagine?
You had Woodstock, 69. I think Woodstock was 69. So like hella psychedelics, hella drugs, hella stuff. But I just feel like time repeats itself. So I just feel like we're back in that stage again.
No, for real, for sure.
To where people just sex, drugs, and like that's all you see on your fucking TV, bro.
Happy go lucky, free.
Yeah, we just got more.
It's a different era.
More technology.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. I think that's the only difference. Everybody's dressing however the fuck they want to dress. Nothing makes sense anymore. And just drugs and sex and alcohol and
social media
and COVID.
Word. and tech and COVID.
I didn't do that much drugs. I didn't do.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Yeah. So, what was your first attempt at doing drugs?
I mean, I think everybody starts off with weed. I feel like if you start off with anything other than weed, it's like
I kind of knew I knew I was gonna be a smoker, and it's funny because at an early age, I used to like tell my father. I remember talking to my father like, "Dad, do you smoke?" I was like, "Yo, you gotta stop smoking because it's bad for your lungs. It's gonna like kill your lungs or whatever." And I remember, I think it was probably in elementary school at this time. I think we probably had like some sort of like drug awareness.
The DARE. You talking about the DARE? What does it stand for? Oh my God, I gotta look it up. Hold on.
It was some drug awareness like event that we had at school, and I remember coming home that day and talking to my father like, "Yo."
It was at ETL, right?
Yeah, I remember telling him like, "Yo, you gotta stop smoking, bro." And I had like a drug-free like sticker on my door. It was like so extreme.
Drug abuse resistance education. DARE. Let me see if you remember the picture.
That does look familiar.
Bro, they had the banner. You don't remember
it looks familiar.
In the lunchroom they had the banner? Like
nah. Like, a DARE banner in the lunchroom? I feel like that's excessive. That's excessive. We're freaking 5 years old. Like 9, 10, but still, that's excessive.
Oh, you remember?
That's. I wish I remembered.
Oh, you don't remember that? Oh,
nah.
Wish we could just pull up to ETL.
Yeah,
like I feel like that's off topic, but like just pulling up to your old elementary school and like random? What 20 years later,
I always wanted to do something like that, but it's like who's gonna be there for you? Who are you gonna like pop up on.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But,
What was I getting at though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told my father like stop smoking or whatever. And like my first signs that I knew I was gonna be a smoker was, well, one, my dad used to smoke all the time, and I don't want to make it seem like he was an influence, but it was just I was around weed all the time regardless. But I think, and damn, there was another point I wanted to make, and we lost it. We segued so much, we digressed so much. But for sure, though, I remember in elementary school, like we used to take chalk and like scribble on the paper, cut that bit.
I only remember
then, like,
one
roll
person
it up.
doing that.
And not even like not inhaling chalk. Like we wasn't inhaling chalk, but like we would like clap the paper.
Yeah, to make it look like you smoking.
Yeah, it was so ridiculous, bro. But it's just those little things is like, yeah, foreshadowing like this guy's gonna be an addict of some sort. What else? I think there was another time too. Basically, this is when I lived in the apartment buildings, and all the homies, like, it was one time where we took like dry leaves, hilarious stuff. We took a piece of paper again, we like crumbled up dry leaves and rolled it in the paper and then lit it. I don't even know where we got the matches from, but we lit it, and I don't think we inhaled that either. But again, it was just to mimic the act of smoking.
Bro, if you want to talk about fake smoking, I got. I don't even want to tell like some of the shit I'm about to tell, because like, hey, but whatever. I don't even remember my first real smoking experience, but like I remember I think just as like going through school in general, I would just like be that kid just rolling up paper in joint forms in the back.
It's like, this guy is gonna
he's
gonna be somebody.
But I think when I actually wanted to try is when I was on the block and I just seen people doing it, but like I didn't know what.
It's crazy.
What was that?
Oh, that's a kitty cat.
Oh,
That's a cat.
Yo, my cat just came in the door, coming through crazy.
Super incognito, like. But yeah, that's definitely foreshadowing some drug abuse there.
Yeah,
Just rolling stuff up in your hand nonchalantly for no reason.
just rolling up hella joints on the table. But I think I first started smoking weed like.
You scared to say it on
I first started smoking weed when I was in 7th to 8th grade. I tried it 7th to 8th grade.
How? Because I feel like we started smoking around the same time.
No.
Okay.
No.
Right. This is why I'm bringing it
I'll
up.
put you
because exactly. I know. I remember I remember like.
I didn't
know if
smoke
I
a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't smoke a lot.
But I know you did it. Like you tried it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But my question to you is like, how long ago after you first finished your first time story? It sounds like some sexual shit.
I remember. It was in high school when I got you to smoke. But
yeah, for sure.
That was.
I think it was sophomore year.
No.
No.
I was single.
I think it was sophomore year.
No, it wasn't. It was junior year.
Because
it was junior year. And you know how I know? No, wait, you might be right.
I think it was sophomore year, because I remember in sophomore year, that's when I started to get a little bit cuter, and like I just feel like I was just more hot boy in sophomore year. Like I started like somewhat transforming.
Because I put people on smoking on freshman year, not you though. Sophomore year.
Yo, this guy was a mogul.
Was I single junior year?
I don't think so. No.
It was sophomore year then. It had to be sophomore year. Yeah. Yep.
It had to be, because I remember in freshman year I was like this. I wasn't.
It was sophomore year, but it wasn't like during school. Like
not
it was
all.
sophomore year, but like in the summer, because I remember being outside. We took that walk.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think 8th grade. More, it wasn't 7th grade.
What was it like? I don't want us to seem like we're promoting it, but like, what was it like?
My first time?
Yeah.
I didn't smoke that much. I only took like 1 Swiss. So I
you got high though? Or you got buzzed, or you don't even know?
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think that happened.
He just wanted to feel
I think
cool.
I think I just smoked it and like fake. I didn't know how to smoke.
Yeah,
like, I just seen niggas
right.
smoking.
I did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't actually really start smoking until like freshman year. But the funny part about it is, freshman year I was like, oh, this is so fucked up.
What you about to say?
Wait, before I even get into that, I think it was summer after 8th grade. That's when I started trying it a little bit more. That's when I got Jameek to smoke.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to put his business out there, but
I mean, it's regular stuff.
Hey, listen.
Ain't nothing crazy.
Yeah, so freshman year. Do I want to say? I'll say it.
Yeah.
So
I don't. Think
I would do this thing, and this is just like entrepreneurship.
Hey.
So I would take like tea bags.
Oh, my boy is on. My boy was like, what's that movie with A$AP Rocky in there?
The new Dope?
Dope, yeah. I believe it was some
bro.
dope time. But go ahead.
I used to take tea bags and weed. Like when I didn't feel like sharing with people.
Oh, that's innovative as hell.
I used to take like
boil your weed, my boy?
No. I used to take a little bit of the weed, put it in there, and then take
okay.
the tea bags, put it like
okay.
Kind of like grabber type shit, but like
I hear you.
I was just skimping niggas on weed.
Oh yeah. He's a G. He's tough.
Hey,
that's
man.
crazy.
I'm sorry to whoever.
It's crazy because he was really an OG then. He was
really I'm the youngest out of the whole class.
Yeah,
I think there's only one person that's older than me, but
on that time.
No, what the fuck did I just say? One person that's younger than me. My bad.
1
or 2 people in our whole class that's younger than me.
But see, I don't think of it as like a super bad thing. You're being an entrepreneur. That's how.
But like I wasn't even selling it. I was just like, I don't know if I was like foreshadowing an experiment to see if like people psychologically get high because they think they smoking weed.
Okay, like
but like like a placebo thing. Like yo, I'm so high.
Yeah, you freaking fraud. look at this guy. He not even smoking nothing.
Word.
That's funny.
But then.
But I guess we could talk about like my first time then.
Yeah.
Because like as he said, it was like that summer, the summer of sophomore year, or maybe like freshman year going into sophomore year.
It was a summer,
but it was definitely a summer because I remember that walk. But essentially, yeah, like pull up to the crib. I think
I pulled up to your crib.
Yeah, it was
I
already.
Walked to your crib.
Joan was already pre-rolled, I believe. It was you and Ken.
No, I think Neil was there because we had Al Capone.
Nah.
Oh, that was a different time.
I was not messing with.
That was a different time.
At that time.
That's
so advanced for me at that time. That's max. It was a different time.
That was a different.
Trust me. Working was definitely there.
I don't remember working smoking.
He was definitely there.
Okay.
I hope he don't mind us name dropping either. But that's the homie. Whatever. But yeah, I believe he was there. Yeah, took my first hit and the first thing I remember was just falling to the floor. Like I ain't fall, but like I took a knee. I was like, oh yeah, your boy cooked down.
Yo, I'm like,
yo, remember that?
I remember parts. I'm trying to like go back in my memory.
I mean, I'm gonna remember it because it was like the first time I ever did that. So.
Weren't you like laying down on the ground and shit?
I don't know about that. Like starfish style?
I remember there's this block by your house where
that split street,
yeah, that's
a little wide.
But if you go straight up, it's like apartments. It's like the front facing of it.
Yeah.
We
was on. I think we was on the edge of that.
It's like a little suburbia area, and then we was walking on people's grass and shit. And then somebody said something about cops, and then we just, like started tweaking.
That night is so spotty though. Like I don't think I'm gonna remember everything because honestly, I don't think I remember much after I took that knee. Like after I took that knee, and
I think I just tried to take you home and sneak you in.
I remember coming back home,
Yeah.
And I like ate like mad Doritos.
I don't remember how I got home that night.
Hey.
It wasn't
And
driving.
mind you, at this time we was chucking it too. No whips.
Yo.
Like, do you remember those cross country travels?
Bro, 30-minute walks.
30-minute walks, and we used to be chucking it, happy as hell.
Actually, I did
too.
it the other day. It was not 30 minutes. It was like 15.
For sure,
It's
but
15.
still, damn near 30-minute walk. I don't care.
Oh wait, no. I live farther, so yeah, that was 30.
That was definitely around 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro. But it's
Damn,
crazy because we used to do that like it was nothing back then. Like,
and it was
nothing.
way more dangerous than EO back then.
Way more dangerous.
Remember one time we was walking in?
What happened?
Somebody
On Main
walked?
Street?
Yeah.
Y'all never forget this because it's so random. It was so, bro. Like what?
Yo, he really. It was 2 dudes or 3. I don't remember, but he just walked up. Yo, y'all ever been robbed before?
Like what? Like how you just say that to somebody? Man, like it was kind of creepy too because we was by an alley too. He was like,
Yeah,
y'all ever been stuck up before? I was like, what? What you expect us to say back to that, my boy? Like I'm about to turn it back. Like no, I actually haven't. Would you like to? Like nah, the freak. That joke was crazy though.
I could not believe he said that shit, bro. We didn't respond, obviously,
Yeah.
but it was just like,
How you supposed to respond? Like, come on, bro. I remember too. Just to digress really quick off the dangerousness of EO. Is dangerousness a word? It's
probably.
not.
I don't know.
Let's just forget that.
And I'm good at English too. That's bad.
But nah, yeah. Basically, one time me and Neil and I think my other bro with me, we was walking home. Some dudes tried to approach us. Like basically, they tried to rob us, but we all had skateboards at the time. And then once we dropped the skateboards down and was like, we showed them like, yo, we really rock you with these skateboards. Like they peeled off. That was just that.
Were they young
there's
or
multiple,
like older?
probably around the same age. But
I
that
don't-
was just
I don't
to
know
play
why
off
kids
that
were so
story.
violent back then.
Yeah, like everybody wanted to be so tough. Almost got jumped in a park before. So much, bro. But yeah, back to weed, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was your first experience. My first actual high, I remember. Like it's nothing. We had Pineapple Express. I forgot who was there with me. I'm not gonna drop no names. No. It was like 4 people. It was on the block. He was like, "Yo, try this Pineapple Express." I'm like the movie? Like, yeah. I'm like, all right, bet. I didn't even take that much. Probably like 4 hits. So, boom, took it. Gone.
Zooted.
Like, you know when you're stuck, like you sitting there, you just like, oh, I've been sitting here
yeah,
for a minute.
yeah. You come like you remember that you was sitting. Like, yeah.
So like I got up, and then being dumb. It's like 9:00 at night. I decided to walk on Elmwood.
Yeah, that's very on drugs-ish of you.
I mean, nothing helped. Nothing happened though.
Yeah, yeah. It
But
was
like,
just that was just your vibe.
Yeah, I decided to walk around there though, and then I just started running. Cause I thought somebody was chasing me. Nah, like I thought somebody was chasing me. I'm like, no, somebody.
No, bro, that's definitely North Crackhead vibes, bro. That's definitely North Crackhead vibes. He just like, if I was to see that in person, bro, I don't know what I would do. Casually walking and then somebody just dart, nah, I'm gonna just run with you. Like that's max. I don't know what I would do if I see that.
You high, you just talking.
Like, hey, I can't even feel my fingers right now, for real, that type stuff. Like, hey, yo. I remember it was a time. This is probably one of the craziest highs, but like, I was just in the car because I feel like when you first start smoking too, we was doing it a lot, like in cars and stuff like that. I don't know, like the locations. Well, for me,
I was just mad in the cut with it.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
I
just-
remember
it
one
was-
time smoking in the park. That was bad.
yeah, it's sketchy. It's sketchy.
Yeah, it was like
But-
a drive by, like 5 seconds later.
What?
Yeah.
Was it Elmwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wildin'. But basically, what I was saying is we was like in the car, and I got basically when it hit me, I was stuck. Just like how you said you was stuck, and I was just like just there, and then and then like my legs started burning, but it's like it wasn't like I can't even explain it, but it was like numb and burning at the same time, and it's just like yo, I'm like where my legs at? Like the whole time I'm like yo, where my legs at? I'm fine. Like I don't need to feel that anymore. What was crazy though is like after a while you don't even I don't even experience those things anymore.
What do you mean?
Like those sort of highs. Like I never. I guess it may be because we dialed it back too, and the tolerance increased.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
like,
honestly, I haven't smoked since, what is it, 2018?
yeah, that's right. You did stop like a while ago.
2018.
You did stop.
2018, right? Yeah.
Well, what brought you to stop?
Honestly, it brought a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Like, also, I was going through, like, it was a lot of things going on around that time. So it was just like, I felt like, one, I was using weed to, like, cope. And I don't like using stuff to cope. Like, when it becomes, like, a crutch,
Yeah.
I feel like that's when addiction kicks in.
Yeah,
and, like,
now you're sort of relying on it. So it's
yeah.
like, I don't want this to be that much of a permanent part of my life.
Yeah. And I feel like knowing my family history and knowing, like, I think my granddad was addicted to, like, alcohol and stuff like that. But, like, where he was in life and how
where it brought him.
Where it brought him down, it's like, I don't want to fall into that same pattern. So
Definitely happened.
I'll always just been like, I'll try stuff, but like I try not to make it. Yeah, I try not to make it a habit or anything. So,
so that was the main reason.
Like anxiety, and I was using it to cope for real. Like,
okay,
instead of taking like issues head on, and I've seen other people, like try to say like, oh, you know, I'm just smoking weed to take the stress away. When in actuality, I think you should like divulge into that a little bit deeper. Like you're running away from your problems essentially.
Because that in and of itself is
Mike.
Yeah, that in and of itself is not a good solution for any of your problems. Like, I mean, I'm just repeating what you said, but running away from your problems is not going to make anything better. The problem is still going to be there, and you smoking sort of just exacerbates the problem because it either has to do with something like discipline or like laziness to some degree, and smoking just amplifies that, honestly, to a degree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll dive more into that on my take, but
I think that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, I stopped 2020.
Mike.
I stopped in October, I think. In October. And for me, I remember we had that conversation. It was really just like, I came to the conclusion, like I was like doing it for other people. Two, like I was trying to get rid of this asthma. I didn't want the asthma anymore. A lot of people, like when people ask me like, oh, why you stopped smoking or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, because of the asthma and et cetera, they immediately go, oh, yeah, the asthma, I get it. But it's like, I feel like when people sort of use that as my reasoning for stopping, they miss the real point of why I stopped, because everybody, there's, you know how much people out here that got asthma and still smoke. It's like, I could have still smoked if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, that was one of the biggest thing. Like, I wanted to get rid of the asthma, and that actually started to work. But aside from that, I felt like I wasn't getting the same highs as I used to. Like when we first started smoking, it was like, all right, I kind of like the way this feels. You feel me? I don't want to. Yeah. You feel me? I kind of like the way this feels, and you know what they say, like you're always chasing the first high, or whatever. So, I guess you could say it was more potent back in the day, to some degree, because there is high potency now, but it's just the quality and I guess the type of weed.
Yo, trust me, I do not know how to buy weed today.
Honestly, me neither.
Oh my god,
I don't either.
It's not the
it's
same.
Like I don't even like. If you ask me now, nah, I'm lying. I do know people that's sell it, but like I wouldn't buy it from them.
But it's like the designer bags now and stuff. Like I used to get weed in like little kitchen sandwich bags, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely little Ziplocs.
And then when they start kicking up with the glass, I'm like, yo,
next level,
doing it up, like
premium.
Like, but now they got like cartoon
like,
bags and stuff like that. Like it's just like crazy.
Extra. Like the other day, my friend, he texted me, like basically this whole like he had a setup of just gummy bears, hella edibles, hella like weed. It was just like the setup was so immaculate. Let me see if I can find it and show you.
He had like a list.
Nah,
like
it was
he
like
had a picture of all the stuff
he had it. Yeah, of everything that he had, and it was just like extreme. Like it was excessive because I don't even smoke anymore. So I'm looking at this like, yo, this is extreme, but I got you, like kind of thing. But yeah, aside from that,
so he was promoting through text.
Yeah, promoing through text crazy, but so there's that the quality of the weed.
Yeah,
And then what else? Like I get high. Like I started getting high really fast. So like if I were to finish a whole blunt by myself, my head start hurting. I can't even really do nothing for the rest of the night into the next day. Like it just didn't. It wasn't it for me. You feel me? Like I didn't like the way it made me feel, and I feel like ultimately what I'm getting at here is it wasn't just the asthma. It was I didn't like the way it started. It was making me feel, but again, it affects everybody differently too. You feel me? So it's like that's another thing too. Cause I get it. I'm not saying everybody should stop smoking. It affects everybody differently. But yeah.
I think people should chill out though.
No,
honestly.
for sure.
I think that's the topic of drug abuse at that point because it's like I know people that can't function without smoking. And if you were to say, I'm not trying to compare weed to alcohol, but like there's people that have to take a shot before they go to bed or some shit like that. You know, that's a form of addiction. But then if you say like, yo, I need to smoke weed before I eat. That's
you
that's
don't
normal.
see like a problem with that.
Yeah,
I don't want that to be my reality. I don't want to have to go and you don't. It's just so much that comes with that. It's hella baggage.
I feel like if you're dependent on something to function properly, that's borderline addiction, or like you're getting into addiction lane.
Seriously, rethink the way you live in your life. It's not okay because to that point too. Like I remember I was having a conversation with my bro, and he was just telling me like. So, like, a lot of people, they claim, like, oh, I know what I'm doing kind of thing. Like, when I'm smoking this, they make up these excuses for, lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Make up excuses. And it's like, okay, when are you just going to, like, come to the realization, like, yeah, this is sort of weighing you down? Because I was having a conversation with my bro, and he was saying how, like, yeah, essentially, after you come home from work and, like, you want to do something, but you smoke, and then now it's like, damn, I wanted to do that, but now I can't really do that. I don't really feel like doing that. You just realize, like, you become way more lazy. Or, like, the things that you become a lot more productive when you stop.
Bro, and I can attest to that because I remember this is when I really used to smoke heavy is when I was at I had the studio in the basement. And, I smoked, like, 3 times a day at that time. So, like, there'll be times I'll have a session, smoking in the session, and then just be forgetting I'm in the session. I'll just fall asleep during the session.
That's
like
nuts.
niggas are paying me to record them, but I'm just like,
you slump? Nah.
Yeah, like
that's not a good
look. On top
look.
of that, that's in the crib. So like, if they wanted to rob me,
they could really do whatever in your space. So that's not okay. It's not okay.
Like you could legit be caught vulnerable.
And I used to tell myself, too, a lot of times, like, while I'm doing homework or something like that, just on the school level alone, like, oh, smoking before you go to class or smoking after, is like, I say, like, oh, no, it calms me down. Or, like, make excuses saying, like, oh, yeah, I could focus when I'm high and stuff like that. But it's really not a fact. It's just you saying things like that so you can smoke.
They're just making up excuses, bro.
Yeah. Because, honestly, like, I remember there was one time where I smoked and I did homework, and I felt like it enhanced the way I was performing. That wasn't the case. I just felt good while I was doing the homework. Like, you feel me? And, like, I tried to get that feeling after that. Never happened again, but I kept using that as an excuse. Like, oh, it might be childish to other people. Like, you feel me? It might be an immature sort of mindset, but a lot of people think that way. You'd be surprised.
I used to. Well, obviously, but driving stick while high.
Okay, let me just say, like, to that point, I'm a car guy, so like for me, it's awesome. It's one of the best things ever.
When I had that Nissan, bro, those gears were so long. I'm just in there like,
You're like,
and then when you grind your gear, oh my god, I felt like I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're like, this is not a good thing right now. That must be like a huge panic while you cooking, trying to drive. I could imagine,
bro.
I could imagine how it would make that a lot more complex. Like you not trying to do that. That's a lot. That's a lot for somebody who's not into it. Like
pretty
that.
sure that's why my clutch burnt out so fast.
Yeah, driving, cooking, burning the clutch out.
Yo.
Yeah, that makes sense. But for me, like I love like if there is anything I love doing is driving while high. I'm not gonna lie. It might sound like
bro, I'm
bad,
super paranoid. You don't get paranoid?
Nah, I mean, if I have weed in the car, I'm paranoid. But driving high, it's like
I've never got caught with weed on me.
Do I want to air stuff like this?
Okay.
Are we talking about stuff like this?
Okay. I mean, it's a part of the experience. It's part of life.
Yeah.
So
it ain't.
Was it sophomore year? It was sophomore.
I think so.
Year. So I had weed in the locker.
I
graduated already. You can't do shit about it. Fuck it.
Yeah. This is like a movie, bro. I remember this moment.
I'm not trying to put my family out there, but it happened. Sorry, mom.
Right.
So, the night before this school day, I was rolling up for somebody because I was selling marijuana.
Distributing
marijuana. Recreationally? I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah. My dumb ass drops all the weed in the house. And my dumb ass, I think I had a quarter. I don't know why the fuck I thought.
That's a lot of substance.
I don't know why the fuck I thought to grind up that whole quarter and then put it in a jar. And then take some out of the jar.
Fun with it. You wasn't even you wasn't even really thinking.
Yeah. So like I did that. Mind you, the house had carpet. Another dumbass. Like I was
this was in your room. Even if it was in your room, it doesn't even matter.
In my room,
because that's sticking in there now. Now your room is weed.
Yeah, like bro. Because I came home wild too. Like I came home mad late, like damn near like 8-9 o'clock. At high school, that's kind of like, yo, bro, where the hell was you at?
Yeah, you being fast.
Yeah. So I came in, I darted up the stairs like I had something on me. Sus already. So go in the room. All right, let me roll up this shit before I go to bed. I had like a stash, bullshit ass stash, shoebox. You can literally just find that shit.
I had a nice amount of shoeboxes myself, but they wasn't in my room though. But go ahead.
So had it under the bed, but in the corner to where it's kind of hard to get. So like it was against the wall. So like if you really had to like move my bed.
Yeah, you really had to do some investigation.
Boom. Rolling up the weed. Somehow, some way, weed smacks. All the weed drops in the carpet. Yeah. I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, that's a quarter.
That's like,
why did I grind that
that's
up?
like a Mr. Krabs moment.
Yeah.
You like,
shh. So pick it up. We got fucking cat hair in the fucking weed now and shit. Like,
and you about to sell this?
I already rolled up the one though, so it was like, all right, cool, whatever. But damn, this is mine. So boom, put it in there.
Dang. What you do right now? What you doing? Like, what's going through your head in this moment, bro?
Bruh,
you probably thinking about so much.
Like,
I'm like, yo,
one second.
Hold up, please. Hold up. I don't got no clothes on.
I'm using every excuse. My door in the house, you can just push it. Honestly, you can just push it. It locks, but just push it like a good push. It opens. So
that's funny as hell. It's hold on.
I was fast enough to put the shit away, but I was not fast enough to get the fucking weed smell out of my room.
Of course not.
It was gonna be impossible. Say, what's that smell? Close the door.
Ain't no smell. Yeah.
She left it alone. She knocked again.
I farted.
I'm like, yo, what happened? She's like, you good? I'm like, yeah. And then she left it alone. Sidebar: my mom's a cop, so like
she didn't leave that alone.
she was a cop. She retired, but at the time she was still active duty cop. So like just mentality. To let y'all know, you feel me?
Mentality.
Yeah.
Boom.
Fast forward, next day, go to school like nothing. I took most of the weed with me. I decided to leave a little bit just to, just if I want to go home.
It's a business.
Yeah. So if I want to go home and smoke something, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I have the weed in my locker.
That's hot.
Hot.
That's
already.
So hot.
I'm like, ain't nobody suspect me. I'm I'm smart. I'm honest class. Whatever. Nobody going.
They're not about to go in my locker.
Yeah. Like, so
did you have like any vacuum sealed thing?
No. I don't know about that shit.
Your locker wasn't hot?
Not to my knowledge.
That's crazy.
But what I would do is like really like pack it like in like 3 different types of bags.
Yeah.
And then I would just be like, my dumb ass, I smell like weed. I don't even whatever.
That's another thing too. Yeah. We used to always smell check each other, both cooking, both just hot box. Oh, you don't smell like weed. You're fine. You good, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Weed in the locker. I give the weed to whoever I was giving the weed to, and I still have more weed in my locker. This is whenever your last class is usually like your extra class. Like
it's usually your
like your art or whatever you're doing. I was in art class.
Your trade.
Yeah, your trade. I was in art class chilling. I'm working hard as hell. If I have, it's somewhere in my room. But I have like, I was working on this like dotting, like it was an architecture dotting drawing. Going in, just dot. You had to draw by dots, so you just had to keep doing dots.
Focus. You remember being like focused?
Focus as hell. I'm going
like in the zone. Yeah.
Andre, can you come to the office?
Of course.
I'm like, fuck.
Whole thing, yo. You like. Like I don't think you've never been called to the office like that before.
Never, bro. One time, and it was the first day of freshman year of high school because
your heart was in your ass.
Yo,
yeah.
I'm like,
damn.
They found it.
Damn.
I'm like, no, bro.
I would have been shitting Brick City. That's a lot.
Son, when I tell you, I'm not gonna say who I told to go to my locker and take it.
But he had a homie.
I was like, yo, go to my locker. And just take it. You can have it.
You told him Nicole and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told him just take it out of my locker. You can smoke it, whatever. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Take it off my person.
Yeah.
I go to the office. My mom's in the office.
No, not your mom. A cop is in the office.
Okay, yeah. That was not my mom. That was a cop.
That was a cop in the office.
In the office. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
She had took a picture of my box, showed it to me,
and
I'm like, I didn't try to overreact.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what happened?
What is that? What do you mean? What is this? This was under your bed.
I have sneakers, Mom.
She's like, if you don't come with me now, I'm bringing the cops up here and they're taking you out of here. I was like,
copy.
Right, let me
go grab my stuff.
Yeah, grab my stuff.
Keep it as simple as that. That's crazy. I could have swore she called the cops to the school.
She called the cops to the house.
Oh, okay.
Like she did the whole.
That's so extra,
bro. And this is like the best part of the story. We go to the precinct, whatever. Cops
Someone's in the precinct.
Word. Cop was trying to like drill me down, like, yeah, we see you. You know, you smoking big weed out here, or something like that. I'm like, yeah,
come on,
whatever.
get to the point.
Get to the point. He's like, well, I mean, it's really only enough for a personal. So I'm not gonna do anything, but you're not having this weed anymore. I'll tell you that. Confiscating it.
Thanks.
And then he was like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
It was just a scare tactic.
Yeah, it was scary.
It was a scare tactic.
He was like, stop smoking weed. You don't need to be doing that. You're young. Yeah. You're a black man.
Try to give you a lesson.
I'm just like, bro, I was doing my art thing.
I was literally like, y'all pulled me out of my vibe to come tell me to stop doing drugs. I get it, but like,
yeah, like, and I'm just like, bro. And then she even called my dad.
That's a
My
lot.
dad called me and was like, "Yo, if you want to be a big man, you gotta be wait until you're 18 and then move out the like into
That's
your
like
own
the person
apartment."
you not gonna. That didn't teach me anything. That
Nah,
was
I'm
no
like,
sort of
okay,
lesson right
my
there.
guy. Like
Yeah.
at that time, I wasn't really talking to him, so I'm
Yeah,
just
so
like,
it's like you don't even have
what?
any weight. Like your words don't even have any weight right now.
He's like, she was trying to send me down there and everything. I'm just
Mhm.
like, bro.
It's a panic mode. I noticed that too. Parents like they panic. They sort of they, I don't know. They panic. It go into a bit of a panic mode when they figure out that you're doing doing drugs. That sounds
Uh,
extreme, but
I get it now though,
hmm
only because like looking back at it, it's like, yo, you're a young black kid
yeah.
and you're falling in the stereotype in your neighborhood essentially. Like
Mm-hmm.
on top of that, your parents or your family essentially is like foreigners,
Right.
and you're just giving it a
You're
back
not
stigma.
giving us any better like of a
Yeah.
chance.
And like not even thinking about at the time like, yo, I have family members that's like way worse than this. Like they do whole drug dealers and shit like that. So yeah, she tried to ground me for 6 months or something.
How'd that
crazy.
work out?
I don't-
Were you grounded for 6 months? Roughly.
I think I just became more rebellious at that point. I
Mm.
didn't care.
Mm.
Like I was like, yo, you could take whatever out of my room. I don't care. I'm not staying in this house.
Yeah.
And I wasn't talking to nobody.
That's
But
a
just
lot,
looking back at it, it was just like, yo, that was
an experience.
an experience.
Mhm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I don't know what I would do. I guess I could talk about how are we on time? When did we start?
Like 9.
What time is it?
It's 9:21.
I guess we good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can run through my story real quick because
Yeah.
I had a similar like scare.
Mm.
Essentially, I was at the bro crib, in Livingston, sparking up or whatever in the hot box. The whip crazy.
I hate hot boxes, by the way.
Yeah, I've come to hate them as well. Like within my last like few months of smoking. So, and this is when I had the Civic. So, a very hot boy car. Like it was super loud and just flashy. Discreet but flashy. So, hotbox that joint, right? He left a clip with me because I'm like, all right, I'm probably gonna smoke this when I get back to the house or whatever. So boom, I hit the road and I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. Like I'm like, yo, I know I have this. Like, where is the clip? Like, I can't find it. But I'm like, all right, forget it. It's probably fell out or whatever. I ain't about to trip. So boom, I'm making my way back down to the house now. I'm about to approach 280. You know when you coming from Livingston Mall.
Yeah.
You on, I think it's not Freelandheisen. Forgot the name of that block. But right when you were about to merge onto 280, like I was on that strip, and I saw a cop.
In Livingston?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I know. I'm like, I just knew he was gonna pull out.
Yeah.
For some reason, like you could just feel it, like, and I just knew, like, yeah, he's gonna try to get me, and definitely that's what he did. He whipped out super aggressively too. Like it's like I couldn't even, because usually I'm good at like maneuvering out of these situations, but in this particular situation, there was nowhere for me to like park up real quick and hop out the car or anything. Like I was on the left side. There's like 2 or 3 lanes, and I had to merge all the way over. So
Yeah.
by the time I was in the middle of merging, he already whipped out aggressively. He's behind me.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. Then I see lights. I'm like, damn. I'm whooping, right? I'm getting whooped right now. So, mind you, we just finished hotboxing. So I'm like, one, I know what's about to go down. It's gonna be a whole weed check, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. Shouldn't be no weed in here, so I should be straight. But also at this time, I just remembered too, I don't think I had my license. No, I had my license. I don't think I had my registration or my insurance. So it's like, yo, just leave me alone. But anyway, pull me over. And I already got the face on, like, yep. like he pulled up to the car, I'm like, yep.
On that shit.
And he made me do like this test, right? He made me count to 4 on each finger back and forth. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, I did that like 4 times or whatever. I think he asked me to say the ABC song, not the song, but the alphabet backwards.
All right, I don't feel like that should be a test though, because I can't do that.
No, it wasn't backwards, because that would have been max, and I would have been in jail.
But yeah, you feel me? Like, I don't feel like that should be a test. If that is a test, that's fucked up.
Exactly, that's really max, because I don't even think I could do that fluently right now. But what he did was he asked me to say the alphabet without singing it. That was light. So I did that. Got out the car, but here's the kicker though. He was like asking me like, "Yo, so you've been smoking?" Obviously, I'm like, "Yeah." Blah, blah, blah. He's like, "So is there anything in the car that I should be worried about?" I'm like, "Nah, like I promise you, you're not gonna find anything." I was lifting up my jacket and shit. I lift up the jacket. The freaking clip falls out of the jacket. The little clip of weed. I'm like, wow. So mid convo, I'm like, yo, that's the only thing you're gonna find. Like, there's nothing else in the car. Boom. And he's like, all right, get out the car. They search the car. They search me. So now I just feel super embarrassed and just like this typical black kid on the freeway getting searched. It wasn't a fun like experience, whatever. It was an experience. It just wasn't. You feel me? I didn't enjoy it. So searched the car. He found like 2 bottles, like empty bottles. They charged me with paraphernalia or whatever. Yeah. But it's a happy ending. Long story short, went to the court date, whatever. She saw the case and threw it out. She was like, yo, why would they waste my time with this? It's like not even any weed, and et cetera, et cetera. So I went home happy as hell that day because I was like shitting balls. I'm like,
I remember, yo, you was like, yo, I'm gonna lose my license. Bruh, I'm gonna get a DWI.
Yeah, I was tripping, bro, because I'm like, yo. But the thing is, I had a little bit of hope because I know there's been some people who like for your first offense, and especially depending on your age too, like they might, like they give you some sort of probationary thing, so you could like, I don't know, there's some sort of probationary period where if you like don't get caught doing anything or whatever for a certain amount of time.
I know bro got hit with that Meek.
Yeah. That's yeah, I think he got hit with something like that, and I'm like, all right, so that'll probably be worst case scenario, but she blew it off, so I was happy about that. But I think that was the only. I've also had some other crazy like experiences. I remember one of the funniest ones. You ever had to eat the blunt?
No.
I've eaten the blunt like twice.
You eat the blunt?
You know the vibes. Like, so this happened twice. One time.
How you wait? Hot? Like it was just.
I had to do. I don't know how I did it, but I out that bit and ate it. Shit. There was one time we was like in the back of my boy crib. It was like we was about to hotbox or whatever. And boys came out of nowhere. They never come back there, bro.
First of all, wait, you talking about
up by me
by the laundromat?
Yeah.
I guess cops could come back there, but like
the thing was that we found out somebody called them, but they just moved in there, so they didn't know like, and it never happened again after that. But it was like still like super random.
I hate new neighbors. They don't just mind their fucking business.
Like yo, calm down, bro.
Are you in the hood? Like relax. What are you trying to be safe and hopeful for?
So annoying, bro. They took us out of the car, searched us, all that extra stuff. But I already ate it. Fun fact: you don't get high when you eat the blunt. So that's unfortunate. The second time I had like that, it was a similar one. Basically, this is when I worked at the airport, and this was such a fun time because I don't even want to get into that. I feel like that'll get me in trouble. But essentially though, I was leaving work and I was rolled up some fat junk. But I was so hot boy though because I left the parking lot, right? And I'm like, bro, I'm still in the vicinity of the airport. I'm like, I'm gonna get like parked up on the shoulder. And I'm like this, bro. I'm like this. I look at my rear view. It's a cop. I'm talking about parked up, walking to my window. I'm like this. I'm like, yo, I don't even know what to do. Like,
you pulled over to roll up?
Bro, I was like prepping my John, bro. I don't remember.
You pulled over to roll up?
I don't remember what the scenario or the case was, but I know I was on the shoulder.
Nah, bro. I know you you pulled over to roll up, my nigga. Like,
See, this is another.
That don't sound crazy to you.
Exactly. This is another reason why I stopped. Even though this was early. Like this was within the first like 2 years when we started. This when I was smoking a lot. Like
that boy was stuck.
Son, it was so hot, boy, bro.
Yo,
Bull walking up to the car. I don't even know. I still can't believe that I got away from this. But it's funny when he pulled up. He basically was like, "Yeah, it looks like one of your taillights are out." I was like, "Oh, thanks. I didn't even realize." Like super regular. Like, "Oh, really?" I don't know what I did with the blunt that time. Did I eat it? I don't remember if I ate this one though, or if I think I ate that shit.
Blunt?
Yeah, I ate that shit. I was not beat, bro. I hate eating blunts because they don't taste good. They don't taste like something you want to eat, bro.
This nigga the blunt eater.
Your teeth like it's hella like. Oh my god!
Wait, you smoking papers up? That was
Nah, back then it was Bluntville's and so you had to stomach that. I just still can't believe I got let go with that though. But yeah, so all in all, I don't got time to be dealing with stuff like that anymore. I mean, definitely got smarter over the years, so didn't get caught. This was like really early
also,
on.
we're older now, so like if we wanted to smoke again, it's like I'm
not a problem.
Though, like bro,
Exactly.
on my porch, like
exactly.
But I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna say weed is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like just know what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? Like, just know how to control, get that discipline in your life. Mm-hmm. Honestly, because I feel like I've seen people spend their last $5 on weed, and it's just like
get your priorities
together. Like
that all of that goes into the reason why I stopped too. Mm-hmm. But like you're saying, it's not a bad thing. It's just to have your priorities straight and be like a conscious smoker. Like understand yourself, your flaws.
Stop trying to impress other people into smoking.
Yeah.
Like yo, look at my big ass blunt. You know, if I smoke a nice little J, I probably still get high. I'll still be like,
bro. I remember one time I was in the studio, something like that happened. I'm like, yo, y'all smoking these extra large blunts for no reason.
And
you
wasting
still get
them too.
Yeah, like it don't make no sense. It's crazy how it's literally like it's like a big dick contest. I swear to God. Like I remember I rolled up because I like small joints. Like I don't. And this when I was rolling papers too. Like I don't need too much to get my buzz going. And I was passing it around and people looking at it like, yo, what is this? I'm like, oh wow, really? Just give me that back. Just give me that back.
That's why I always smoke personals. Like
exactly.
if you ever seen every time we did sites with like other people and stuff, like at the crib, I will always have my own side. I'll throw like something in the rotation because you know I had that.
But yeah, for you, it's always
I always have my own personal. I never really joined circles unless I was like small. And like I would just be in the cut with my. I remember people used to like, "Yo, you passing?" No, I'm not passing.
Yeah,
like, I threw one in the rotation and hold that down.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why I be throwing it in the rotation is because like I feel like sometimes people be feeling some type of way, so it's like, all right, but ultimately, it's not a bad thing if you just aware of your own like, your own traits, just the type of person you are, and understand when it's holding you back. And move accordingly. But yeah, and it's like I want to talk about psychedelics and stuff like that too, but I guess we could say that for another video. Talk about like the next
because I want to go in depth on like the trip and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because that's a whole different experience that honestly I want to do it again too, because I don't feel like I got to enjoy that full thing. Fire. It was fire, but you'll see what I mean. Like we'll talk about it. But yeah, like all in all, I enjoyed smoking at the time, but then you realize it's holding me back. So I'm like, holding me back from a lot of stuff. So I was just like, it's not for me. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it really isn't. I mean, because I even looked into it to see if it was like good for. It's good for certain like disorders and everything, but like as far as like bipolar and depression and stuff like that, the THC site, like the psychedelic effect from THC enhances it for certain people, not everybody. For certain people, and it makes it worse. Too.
Yeah.
So like, but there are still good benefits,
like the plant isn't a bad plant. It becomes sort of a bad plant when you burn it, but otherwise it's not really bad plant. I mean, I guess you can get some, I guess, benefits from smoking it, but um, the plant itself.
I think the consumption like smoking in general isn't good for your lungs.
Yeah, I mean,
marijuana and like THC, like if you learn how to extract it, you can actually extract it for good benefits and everything.
Right,
Like even if you infuse it in your teas or
right,
whatever,
exactly,
you can get some good benefits out of it. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know,
I guess to wrap it up, do you ever feel like you would smoke again?
I feel like a lot of people been asking me this, and it's like I would smoke again once I have my own crib. Like I bought my first house type shit. And I have less pressures on my head.
Right.
To where I can just like freely
do it and not worry about like
I can have a day off and then just be like I don't have to worry about shit
tomorrow. Like everything's paid.
Yeah, that's like probably 40.
I'm in a similar boat too. I feel like once I get to a very comfortable place where I don't need to worry about any responsibilities to a certain degree, where I know.
My bad to cut you off. I feel like at that point it wouldn't be an addicting thing. It would just be like once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon, like exactly. It would be once in a blue moon, just for the vibes. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got.
That's all we got, man.
That's all we got. Yeah.